Hello, I'm Barbara O'Neill, and today I want to share something very close to my heart, protecting your precious vision as you age. Over the years, working with thousands of patients, I've seen the heartbreak that comes when eyesight begins to fail. Simple joys like reading the newspaper, recognizing the faces of loved ones, or watching a grandchild play in the garden can suddenly become blurred, distorted, or painfully difficult. Now, many people believe this is simply the price of growing older. They shrug and say, well, it's just age. But I want to tell you very clearly, it is not always just age. Much of what we call normal aging is really the accumulation of years of oxidative stress, inflammation, and nutrient deficiency. And one of the most hopeful truths I have discovered is this: your eyes still respond to care, no matter your age. I've worked with men and women in their 70s and even 80s who believed it was too late to make a difference. Yet when they made simple daily changes, their eyes began to heal, their comfort improved, and in many cases their vision stabilized. That is why I am so passionate about teaching these gentle, natural ways to nourish your eyes. And here's the fascinating part. Most of the healing work your eyes do happens while you sleep. Nighttime is when your body enters repair mode, clearing away damaged cells, reducing inflammation, and building new tissues. If you give your body the right nutrients before bedtime, you are essentially fueling this repair process, allowing your eyes to restore themselves more effectively. Today I want to focus on 4 remarkable natural oils: olive oil, avocado oil, flaxseed oil, and fish oil. Each of these has unique properties that can support your tear film, protect your retina, and fight the silent progression of vision decline. Let me walk you through each one, share real patient experiences, and show you how to use them in simple nightly routines. Understanding silent vision decline. Before I dive into the oils, let me explain something that often goes unnoticed. Many of my patients come to me describing dry eyes in the morning, difficulty reading at dusk, or increased glare from headlights at night. These may seem like minor annoyances, but they are actually early signs of what I call silent vision decline. This decline happens slowly, often without pain, which is why many people ignore it until it becomes severe. The tear film that keeps your eyes moist and clear begins to thin. The macula, which is responsible for sharp central vision, starts to lose its protective pigments. And chronic low-level inflammation damages the delicate glands that produce tears. All of this damage quietly accumulates while you sleep. During the day, you may feel relatively fine, but by morning your eyes remind you that something deeper is happening. That's why supporting your eyes before bed is so powerful. It's about giving your body the right building blocks at the exact time it's doing its most important repair work. 1. Olive oil. The first oil I want to introduce is extra virgin olive oil. Most of us know olive oil as a cooking ingredient, a staple in Mediterranean cuisine. But did you know that for thousands of years it has also been used as a form of medicine? Ancient cultures valued it not just for its flavor, but for its healing properties. As we age, our tear film, the thin protective layer that covers the surface of the eye, starts to break down. This tear film is critical. It keeps the eyes moist, reduces friction when we blink, and prevents irritation. But oxidative stress, inflammation, and poor diet all weaken this film, leaving the eyes dry, scratchy, and uncomfortable. This is where olive oil comes in. It contains oleic acid, a healthy monounsaturated fat that reduces cellular inflammation. But even more importantly, it's rich in hydroxytyrosol, one of the most powerful natural antioxidants discovered. Research published in 2012 2022 in the Nutrients Journal showed that hydroxytyrosol can actually protect retinal cells from oxidative damage, the same type of damage linked to age-related vision loss. Think about that for a moment. This is not just about symptom relief, it's about protection at the microscopic level. And when you take olive oil at night, right before your body enters its repair cycle, you are literally giving your eyes the tools they need to heal. A real story, Charles's relief. One of my patients, Charles, a 72-year-old gentleman, had been struggling with dry, irritated eyes for years. He tried everything, lubricating eye drops, warm compresses, even a humidifier in his bedroom. Nothing gave lasting relief. When he came to see me, I suggested something very simple. Take 1 tablespoon of cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil before bed. 2 weeks later, he came back with a smile. "Barbara," he said, "for the first time in years, I woke up and could open my eyes without that gritty, burning feeling. It was such a small change, but it made a world of difference." How to use olive oil. Take 1 tablespoon of cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil about 30 minutes before bed. Choose a high-quality organic variety stored in a dark glass bottle to preserve antioxidants. Never heat it. This is not for cooking, it is for nourishment. 2. Avocado oil. The second oil is avocado oil, which I like to call the macula's best friend. The macula is the small sensitive area in the retina that allows you to read fine print, recognize faces, and see details clearly. Unfortunately, it is also the area most vulnerable to oxidative damage and age-related degeneration. Avocado oil is incredibly rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 carotenoids that are stored directly in the macula. These pigments act like natural sunglasses, filtering harmful blue light and protecting your retina from damage. A 2020 study in the Journal of Clinical Medicine confirmed that higher blood levels of lutein and zeaxanthin are linked to better macular pigment density, which translates into sharper vision and reduced risk of degeneration. What makes avocado oil so powerful is that it delivers these pigments in a fat-soluble form, which means your body can absorb and use them far more efficiently than from most supplements. It also provides vitamin E, another antioxidant that shields photoreceptor cells from damage, and monounsaturated fats that help transport these nutrients right into the retina. A real story, Maria's night vision. Maria, a 68-year-old retired teacher, came to me complaining that driving at night had become unbearable. The glare from headlights blinded her, and reading at dusk was nearly impossible. When I looked at her diet, I noticed a glaring absence of carotenoids. So I asked her to start taking 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed avocado oil with her dinner about 2 hours before bedtime. A month later, she returned excited. "Barbara, I can finally read on my porch at sunset again without squinting. My night vision is so much better." It wasn't a miracle, it was simply giving her macula the pigments it desperately needed. How to use avocado oil. Add 1 teaspoon of unrefined avocado oil to your dinner, or take it separately 1 to 2 hours before bed. Look for a cold-pressed variety, deep green in color, stored in a dark bottle. Use it consistently. Think of it like brushing your teeth. 3. Flaxseed oil. The third oil is one that many overlook, flaxseed oil. If olive oil nourishes your tear film and avocado oil protects your macula, flaxseed oil fights the silent enemy of inflammation. You may not feel it, but low-level inflammation in the eyes can gradually damage the glands that produce tears, leading to chronic dryness and irritation. Flaxseed oil is one of the richest sources of alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that the body uses to regulate inflammation. A 2015 randomized controlled trial published in the Cornea Journal found that patients with moderate dry eye syndrome who took flaxseed oil showed significant improvements in tear quality and comfort within 30 days. Unlike artificial tears, which simply mask symptoms, flaxseed oil works from the inside out, addressing the root cause. Ronald's relief is a real story that comes to mind. Ronald, age 70, came to me saying, "Barbara, it feels like I always have something stuck in my eyes, but there's nothing there." His eyes watered constantly, yet they burned. His ophthalmologist had diagnosed him with chronic inflammation affecting the tear glands. I suggested 1 tablespoon of cold-pressed flaxseed oil nightly, about an hour after dinner. 3 weeks later, Ronald called me with joy in his voice. For the first time in years, I slept through the night without waking up to eye pain. So how do you use flaxseed oil? Take 1 tablespoon of refrigerated cold-pressed flaxseed oil about an hour after dinner. If the taste is too strong, you can use high-quality capsules instead. Always choose refrigerated products to preserve freshness. 4. Fish oil. Alright, so finally let's talk about fish oil, which has perhaps the most extensive research behind it when it comes to protecting vision, especially against age-related macular degeneration, AMD for short. Fish oil provides 2 special omega-3 fatty acids, EPA, which is eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, or docosahexaenoic acid. Now, of the 2, DHA is especially critical because it's actually a structural component of the retina itself. Without enough DHA, photoreceptor cells break down, leading to gradual and sometimes irreversible vision loss. Large studies, including the Age-Related Eye Disease Study, or AREDS, have shown that people with higher intakes of omega-3s have a significantly lower risk of progressing to advanced AMD. A 2021 review in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences confirmed that DHA reduces retinal inflammation, improves photoreceptor survival, and helps maintain visual acuity. Let me share a real story, Sharon's stabilization. Sharon, a 74-year-old retired nurse, came to me absolutely terrified after an eye exam. Her doctor had just told her she had early-stage macular degeneration, and she was so scared of losing her independence. I took a look at her diet, no fish, no omega-3s, and really very little nutritional support for her eyes. So I asked her to start taking 2 high-quality fish oil capsules before bed, each containing at least 500 milligrams of DHA and 250 milligrams of EPA. After 3 months, her retinal scans showed no further degeneration, and more importantly, her vision had stabilized. So, how do you use fish oil? Choose a molecularly distilled triglyceride form for the best absorption. Opt for sources like anchovies or sardines. These are small cold water fish with a lower toxin risk. And take your fish oil with your last meal of the day or just before bed. Putting it all together, a nightly routine. Now you might be wondering, do I need to take all of these oils at once? The answer is no. You can start with just 1, or you can rotate them depending on your needs. The most important thing, honestly, is consistency. Here's a simple nightly routine that many of my patients follow. Olive oil, 1 tablespoon about 30 minutes before bed for dryness and tear film support. Avocado oil, 1 teaspoon with dinner, 1 to 2 hours before sleep for macular support. Flaxseed oil, 1 tablespoon an hour after dinner for inflammation control. Fish oil, 2 capsules with your last meal for retinal protection. You don't have to do them all at once, just choose what resonates with your needs. Think of it as brushing your teeth. You do it every day, not because you see immediate results, but because it protects your health long term. The biggest myth, it's too late. One of the most heartbreaking things I hear from my older patients is this: Barbara, it's too late for me. They believe that because they are in their 60s or 70s, nothing can be done, but that is simply not true. Your eyes are living tissue. They respond to nourishment, they respond to reduced inflammation, and they respond to consistent care. Even if you cannot restore perfect youthful vision, you can slow decline, improve comfort, and in many cases preserve independence. The oils I've described are not miracle cures. They are not meant to replace medical care when it's needed, but they are simple, natural, and safe tools that can make a profound difference when used consistently. Closing thoughts. If you are struggling with dry eyes, blurry night vision, or early signs of degeneration, I encourage you to try even one of these oils. Give it time, several weeks at least. Be patient. Remember that healing is a process, not an overnight event. And most importantly, remind yourself that you are not powerless. Every evening when you take a spoonful of olive oil or a capsule of fish oil, you are telling your body, I care, I am supporting you, I believe in your ability to heal. That attitude of care and consistency will carry you farther than you realize. Your eyes are worth it, your vision is worth it, and you are worth it.